Hey everybody, welcome to the All That Magazine podcast. I just recorded this in the middle of the night because I forgot to intro it. Did I know I introed it, but then I started drifting off, which is what I'm doing right now. This show is brought to you by Alto and Tazuche. Tazuche is an online interior design business based in Zimbabwe, Bulawayo, and you get to order stuff like duvets and curtains and cushions and dog beds and just anything interior design we make, and it's awesome. So check out Tazuche on Facebook, THAZUCHE, and you can pay using EcoCash, bank transfer, Visa, anything. It's amazing. And you can courier to your address. You can customize and pick stuff like names, initials, special messages, the colors, the type of material. You have so much freedom, and instead of walking into a store where you have to pick whatever they present you, you get to pick what you want, and we get to send it to you. So back to the show. In June, a group of ZANU PF youths from Zaka came and 2K took base. Okay, 2K and took base. I don't really read this, shorthand, but I guess so that it fits, they have to do that. And took base in Gat's Mine, Mashaba, where they conducted a series of night gatherings known as Pungwes. So as to reorient the people who had been lost to the MTC. What? It was a must for every adult in the area to attend these gatherings. Who the hell are these people? One fateful night, Mr. Mtombeni, who was working in Linux Mine and staying in the compound of the same, was on a night shift and couldn't be there to make it for the Pungwe. This was to be his last mistake. Really? Come on. He was to pay for it with his life. But his major mistake was to be a known MTC supporter. The youths were there for here mainly for people like him, and this was to be an opportunity to teach him some lessons of life or death as it was to be. One of the things that Chamisa said was, Nagagwa was like, we've given you freedoms, don't take advantage of them. And he's like, you're not Father Christmas. Everybody was so amused by that. I was just like, okay, whatever. They're like, you're not Father Christmas, so you don't get to give me the Constitution gives me. I agree with the sentiment, but I think the point that Mnangagwa was trying to make, apparently his name is supposed to be said as Mnangagwa. I can't put that much effort into saying a name, so I'm not going to do that. It's Mnangagwa or just Ed. So Ed goes, so I get what Ed was saying, because he's basically saying that the old administration used to go against the Constitution. They used to, not allow you guys to have a lot of the freedoms that you have now. So it's not as much I have given you. It's kind of like, I'm different from these people. Can you see I'm not infringing on your rights or whatever? So I don't know, like, instead of trying to beat people into following you, how about you just be decent, huh, Zanu? Some of the things that have been done in the past, it's just, I don't like it. By the way, I don't support either party, so I'm like the most objective. A group of youths we'll continue the story. A group of youths was quickly gathered to go and fetch him. They drove in a ZRP, Mashaba police base. You know what? I just want to shout out ZRP. I have had a very good experience with them. I've never really had a bad experience with the cops. Never. I remember I just had a situation where I had to take somebody to the police, and they dealt with it everything so properly and perfectly, and they were so friendly and they were so nice and they were so cool actually. So I've been dealing with the legal system, which has worked really well for me this week, and I was really impressed. Because, it's just, these are some of the people whose daily work is really making such a big difference, and you might want to get involved in stuff like that, So yeah, maybe those other ones are bad, but let's not just act as if, these people are not really good at their jobs when they're actually doing their jobs and not being used for, political situations. But they're saying that these youths were using one of the cards. That's crazy for them to even be allowed to do that. To the base Santana, which they were using whatever. They were using for the activities, and they rushed to Linux Mine compound. But this person has a night shift. What's wrong with you? When they arrived at Baba Love's place, he was, don't make fun of the way I say things, okay? Leave me alone. This is why I don't speak Vernac, because I sound terrible speaking it. But then people be like, oh, she's a snob. Oh, she's ashamed of Vernac. No, I'm not ashamed of Vernac, okay? It's beautiful. It's cool. It's really great for telling people off. I'm ashamed of the way I sound speaking it because I sound like a retard. But I sound like the speaking every single language because I speak other languages outside local languages too because I'm kind of linguistic and stuff. So yeah, there's that. So here's popularly known as, gosh, I have to say this again, Baba Love. They found him prepared after continuously knocking at his door and getting no response. They decided to break the door. They couldn't waste any time. As you may know, if you force the door open, you may find yourself lying on the floor in the house, especially if the door breaks earlier than you anticipated. This was the case for one of the people who, for one, Mutambisi. Where was this person when all of this was happening? Because that is like some serious stuff to know. Who was part of the gang that had gone to fetch Mutombeni. Before he knew anything. What? No. I'm not excited. I'm just like, the action of it was baffling me. Before he knew anything, Mutambisi found an axe deep struck in his head. Oh my God, this is like a movie. And the holder of the axe was Mutombeni himself. There was a pandemonium as people ran outwards for safety. Oh my God. What? Is Mutombeni the good guy? What? Oh my God. So it's like he opened the door, they like broke the door and then like lodged into an axe. This is a real life story. Oh my God. Mtombeni pulled Mutambisi's half-dead body outwards and closed the door. Now the youths had to find a plan. Whilst the others rushed him to the hospital, the other youths gathered dry grass and plastic while making sure Mtombeni didn't escape. What's the dry grass and plastic for? What? No. A plan was hatched to go up to the roof and open a roofing sheet and throw burning grass and throw melting plastic at Mtombeni from the top. Mtombeni found himself under siege, plastic and smoke from the grass to be his guest. The whole house turned into a black cloud. Soon he fell unconscious. They pulled him out and they took him to the base and continued with the torture, especially, oh my God, angered by the news that Mtambisi had died upon admission. All his hair, public and pubic. No. This is terrible. It was burnt using lit plastic. Plastic is crazy. Oh my God. While a shock-stricken crowd watched helplessly. People have been watching this. Mtombeni died during the torture and was buried in his village of origin, my village also, which is Njio village in Ward 6, where he lies to this day. No arrests have been made. But there are so many witnesses. Whew. Oh no. No. This is why I keep saying, I don't know if you've heard this from me before because I post like once a year. I'm gonna fix that, I promise. It's just that I'm so busy with so many things, but I need to be very disciplined and post every single week. I've got so many things I'm working on, okay? It'll be worth it. But I've been saying that I really feel like so much has happened in Zim, and when a lot of things have happened in your life and you don't deal with them, you don't talk to them to like a professional, you don't seek help, like mental help, it doesn't mean that you're crazy. It's almost like you have so many cuts all over your body and you're not tending to them, and you think, okay, I have a cut, I didn't break my leg or something, it's not that major, but it is because you're not dealing with it. So I feel like Zim has got so many issues that are not dealt with. This is some serious trauma to watch somebody, be tortured in front of you, to watch an axe like thinking on somebody's head. Like, even the people who were used to do these things, these people are probably like mentally unstable right now. Not even mentally unstable as in, anxiety or whatever. Mentally unstable as in seriously mentally ill, as in should be in a straitjacket, because people who have done these terrible things, these things will haunt them, and they can either become worse or just completely be driven mad by their actions. And at the end of the day, them not getting help could possibly affect the rest of us, because no normal human being is going to be able to do such terrible things and walk away from it sane. It's just, I don't believe that. This is horrible. Oh my god. Whew. Oh my god. This is another story. This is from Liberty S. Mazumber. Rest in peace, Uncle Oliver and Uncle Lovemore too. No, we will never forget how ZANU PF mafias removed your teeth with pliers and how you were beaten to a slow death. We will take this day to remember and honor the other victims. Oh my god. How? Let me see this one. There's a thread. I was on flight mode. I'm always on flight mode, because otherwise my airtime will finish, and it's also to save my battery. Anybody calling me really does not know me. Okay, it's loaded. My story, oh no, was it fast because Econet? No, it was fast because I had to buy like extra airtime, like data, like broadband data actually works so fast. These other bundles, like Facebook bundles, WhatsApp, Twitter, whatever, they suck. Okay, Econet, fix that. My story, I was in Form 3 at, okay, this person is TKM Rushwaya. He says I was in Form 3 at Holy Cross Mission in Chirumanzu. I know I'm not saying that right, I'm sorry. School had closed on the 26th of June. ZANU PF militia mounted roadblocks on the way from my school to Shaga Business Center, so we decided to take a walk with a bunch of my friends. I mixed up the wording there. We used to call walking Long March, as the distance is about 18 kilometers total to the main road. That's to the main road? Ooh, that's crazy. We're about 30 or so. That's like a whole classroom. Those who know Chirimanzu well, Mwani had the mother base, and some of us were witness to one of the horrendous activities of the junta, which is ZANU, right? The commander instructed us to halt and stand according to where we came from: Harare, Gweru, Blawayo, Mashingo, in that order. Of no reason, I took the Mashingo line, although I was going to Harare. We were only 4 from Mashingo, on the Mashingo line, which means 26 of my colleagues were in for it. All those from Blawayo, Gweru, and Harare got some heavy caning. Why? On top of that, we were told to roll in cold gravel for about 30 or so meters. Mashingo was spared, but I indicated that I was going to Zimutu, which was in Mashingo North, and ZANU had won that seat. These are kids though, right? This is what the base commander said after torturing our colleagues. Go and tell your parents, your brothers and sisters what they did in the march. In March, Taka Juana voting, which is, we saw it, voting, yeah, I know Shona, voting MTC. This is what will happen to them on the day after tomorrow if they repeat themselves. What? I was struck with shock and disbelief that the innocent souls had been subjected to this kind of inhumane treatment. From Mwani to Shaga, there's a distance of about 5 to 6 kilometers. It ended as a silent march. What? At Shaga, we hoped that we would get home alive and hopefully see each other again. When I got home, I thought maybe I'd seen the worst. Stories of long sleeve, short sleeve, what's that? Burning plastic on a naked body. Petrol bomb, oh my god, came from many angles. At first, I thought they were lies until I saw a victim with body burns. No. June 2008 was 1 year. Okay. With our people suffered in the hands. Oh my god. Whew. Man. This is not even the worst. It was just so sad for me because I'm reading this and I'm just like, I've read worse. And that's sad, for me to read a story like that and say, I've read worse. I read a story, I don't know, maybe it'll be shown here. But I read a story about these teachers who were beaten up so badly that they died, and they were discovered by students, like 2 teachers or something like that. It's like, Imagine being in school and finding the badly beaten up dead body of your teacher on school premises. It's so wrong, and it makes me feel so bad because I have to plug in an ad because like, yeah, but like, how do you plug in an ad amongst all of this? It's just weird. But maybe this would be a bit lighter for you. If you would like to get phone accessories, camera equipment, like for photography, like reflectors and stuff like that, camera universal battery, you got camera batteries and chargers, phone accessories like the cables. They've got cables, different types of cables, fast charging. They've got tempered glass, screen protectors. They've got pop sockets, which I really don't think you can find in many places in Zimbabwe. Talk about Blawayo, okay? I'm just restricted to Blawayo. They've also got like brand new phones, even S9s, and they've also got phone charms and everything. I'm gonna be more specific when we continue with the ad, but this is Victory Communications at Shop 52 Blawayo Center. One of the things I hate the most is seeing somebody who's got the same pouch as me, or like the same phone accessory or whatever. With them, they've got such unique things there. You can literally be the only one in the city with it. It's so cool. Got all these different designs, and yeah, you can stand out. I feel like your phone basically says a lot about you. Right now, my phone has no pouch, which is very dangerous. I dreamt I cracked my screen. Oh my god. Just a little bit at the bottom corner. But still, how dare I? What kind of dream is that? But yeah, right now my phone has no case. I think I'll record a video trying to find a case from them because they've got some really awesome stuff. It's just that I've got like, those plus iPhone thingies. It's just like, yeah, I feel like these were made for guys. So a lot of the pouches I find are for guys, and it's just like, okay, cool, whatever. But yeah, Victory Communications, Shop 52 Blawayo Center. If I'm to direct you, there's this area in the middle. It's a ground floor, right? So there's an area at Blawayo Center where they usually like to perform whatever nonsense, making noise for the rest of us. It's right opposite the grill place. It's like it's standalone, and it's like on your way, like up the steps that take you to like the elevator, and what's it called, Choppies. So next to the bank, opposite the so-called entertainment area, it's just a standalone shop. It stands out just as much as their accessories do. So yeah, that's Victory Communications. I'm going to tell you about maybe 3 of their products after this. Let's get back to the heavy stuff. Okay. The Mazumba person again says, what makes me angry is when the very same people claim to have changed. I personally don't believe people. I believe we all have the capacity to change, but it's such an active decision, and it's such a difficult decision, and I don't think everybody's strong enough to actually do it, to pull it off. They have never apologized. He's continuing. They have never apologized or account for their brutality and crimes against humanity. I've got people who claim to be sorry behind my back, who not even claim to be sorry behind my back, who kind of like, there's not even a specific group of people, like a bunch of people. A lot of people feel like they can silently apologize within themselves and then come to you and try to like continue as if everything is perfect now. And it's like, I'm supposed to have forgotten what you did. You can't even apologize. It's like they want to move on, and within themselves they're like, let me be better, but they don't vocalize it, and they don't tell you, I'm sorry, I acknowledge this and this is wrong, I want to move on, can you forgive me? And when you say no to that apology, they should have the strength to also be like, okay, I respect that, instead of being upset or whatever. And that is exactly what I think ZANU has done. I think here I can agree, because it's like, you can't expect people to forgive you if you are not seeking forgiveness. You have to vocalize it. I don't care about your pride or whatever. Things have been done, okay? There's a difference between, a slap on the wrist, which is usually a form of punishment that is very Miyagi, but like, that's not what I was trying to say. There's a difference between doing something very small and murder and torture. And you may not apologize for stealing my pen in high school, but you should apologize if you murdered people. I don't know, maybe they feel like they're too connected to it, and that they would be taken down by actually admitting to those things. They should do something about it, because I feel like people are so bitter, and nothing good can come out of that space of bitterness, that space of pain. I feel like they really need to vocalize and say, we are sorry, we did wrong. Because if you can't even vocalize it, then I don't think you're that committed to changing. It's almost like you're giving yourself room to remain the same, and I don't agree with that. They have never apologized, or he's continuing, or account for their brutality and crimes against humanity, but yet they're still coming to our vulnerable people, looking and asking for votes. That's crazy, though. Ooh. Before you say, that's another person, Godfrey Tauya says, before you say Ed has your vote, he say 2008 elections were very free and fair. Oh my God. Just take a time to look at this hashtag, remembering 2008. Just look. Watch a YouTube documentary titled A Violent Response and think deeply about voting for these evil people. Make an informed choice. Whoo, wow. This is another part. Let me just, whatever, okay, people. These are just people on Twitter, okay, telling their story. So this person goes, oh, this is the same story. Okay, yeah, because I was like, yo, I can't be saying your name again and again. I was at school, and I was forced to march at night by ZANU-PF youths, really? Huh. So, okay, well, I'm tired of, saying people's names. Our biggest oh my God, can you read even? Our biggest weakness as Zimbabweans is that we never unite against injustice. Kukurundi happened, but you doubt our pain. Remembering 2008 happened, and you don't see it now. August 1, we turn blind eye and shift blame. Only when they finish us will agree that's our new PF kills. I don't think anybody, even their supporters, are just like, I was about to read one, but I'm, Whew. I was just a grade 7 pupil in the rural areas in Pikita, and my father had ran away. Whew. I hate that. I'm so passionate about children's rights and everything. And, I don't understand why you would create somebody and immediately abandon your responsibility towards them by doing stuff like this, where you run away and some grade 7 has to live alone with the younger sister. That's grade 7. That's 12 years old now, heading home because you made these children, things got too tough for you, and then bam, you leave them. I feel like there should be a special place reserved in hell where it burns even hotter and more bad things happen there, just because you created these humans and you abandoned your responsibility towards them. It's disgusting. It was the first time I heard a gunshot, at 12 years old. And then thatched huts were burnt in the name of Operation Wakavotera Papi. Anzi Maka Resha Kuvota. I don't know what Resha means. For you to be that age, and it's disgusting, honestly. I remember in our school, in our rural area, those things are happening in the rural areas, because a lot of these things what I remember this person saying, it's Liqua 3. He says, I remember in our rural area in Benga, Jabulani Spanda once came to harass people. Everyone that had MTC campaign posters was forced to hand them over, and those posters were set on fire, and people were forced to roll themselves on the fire. We'll never forget. Man, let's remember our family and friends who were murdered and some crippled. I think that's even worse, because murder, at least it ends there for you. The pain ends for you. But some people mentally went crazy. They just went crazy. Some people are crippled. Some people are disabled now because votes. Are you kidding me? You're not supposed to force people to vote for you. You're supposed to be likable at the end of the day. Whoa. We woke up to find MTC members burnt alive in an MTC office. This is too much, honestly. I know it's very wrong for me to say this, but I'm really tired of reading this. It's depressing. I know it's wrong for me to say that because I never agree with turning a blind eye or ignoring bad things that happen, for my own comfort because they cannot and they were not able to close their eyes to what was happening to them. So I always feel like it's a bit selfish, to close your eyes and be like, I'm not going to listen to that or I'm not going to read that because it makes me uncomfortable, as if they were able to also tune out of it and be like, I'm going to close my eyes and they won't be burning me alive, you know. But, I think I've gone on too long. I might even start depressing you. But the point is, we were talking about Tendai Biti and the Commission of Inquiry. I think his points were relevant. I only watched, I think, about half of it or something before ZTV removed it. I thought that was so transparent. If you're gonna do the thing, just take advantage of the ratings and just air the whole thing, okay? Just air the whole thing. Simple. And he got to a point where he was talking about Chamisa, and I think that's where they turned it off, and how he was beaten up so bad and he was left for dead. It just made me realize, because I've always liked politics, because I love politics. You read my books, there's gonna be some politics there. Not your typical politics. My books are very, very different. Books. I'm writing the second one right now. What am I talking about? But politics it's very interesting to me because I like to be in the mind of a person who isn't waiting for somebody else to make decisions concerning challenges and situations around. These are people who are in control, and I like to be in control. I don't like to have my fate in the hands of another person. That's why, like when other people would be like, oh my god, I want a job or whatever, the situation is like this, I would really suggest you figure a way to put yourself in a space of control where you're not waiting for somebody else to make things work out for you. You're making things work out within yourself. And it's just that space where I just feel like politics to me feels like control. It's like being one of the people playing the game, and I don't want people who don't have my best interests playing the game. And I think the problem in Zim is that you think opposition means antithesis of the ruling party. I'm not for ZANU, I'm not for MTC. I'm literally so neutral. I like some, I don't like some. I think my feelings towards the parties is I dislike some more than I dislike the others, but I don't like any of them, and I'm not for any of them. But what I am against is, number one, people who will celebrate whenever it isn't successful in something, like, oh, this deal fell through, ha ha ha. And it's just like it's like the whole cutting your nose off to spite your face thing. You cannot be laughing when somebody who is in charge of your life fails. This affects you. So people who celebrate Ed not doing well, it's stupid to me. I think maybe you can have some pointers where you're trying to constructively analyze the situation. But thinking that you can laugh at Ed and it's just, come on, it's so silly. It's just, that's not how it's supposed to be. We don't benefit from his failure in his job. His job is us. So it's like laughing at your parent for failing or losing their job or something. It's gonna affect you, and I'm just emphasizing on this too much. So I hate that. And then I guess they were trying to make a point of ZANU is brutal, so they probably, did that. They obviously did it. What I personally thought was, if they're going to come up with the defense, it wasn't supposed to be about the nature of ZANU, which is something that we know. We know how ZANU is. Everybody knows, I guess, how brutal they can be. That's not the point here. The point here is they have come up with this narrative, which I'm not knocking. I'm not going to immediately not believe. I'm believing everything right now. Do I believe that none of the soldiers shot anybody? No, not really. I don't think it's really plausible, even given the angles and everything. But in the same breath, I feel like These are soldiers who are so highly trained, and they go to actual war zones where there are situations where, they're dealing with a war, which is a different situation from a protest. They're in high pressure zones where their lives are actually in danger, and they're able to handle those situations. I feel like if they can handle war zones, they would be able to handle just a simple protest. So I feel like they're so confident in what they're saying because they truly believe that they didn't kill anybody, because they're so highly trained and experienced that they would be able to handle that situation, which is very low risk as compared to other situations. So that's how I feel about that. Maybe somebody was shot, sure, but I don't know if I would discount what they're saying about it, because one of the people was like, they have footage, I think it was played even, where people were saying there's somebody shooting from a building, and I was like, so what I feel is everything that Chamisa and Tendai Biji should have said isn't, look at how brutal ZANU is. You're literally wasting our time telling us things that we already know. We know this, okay? These people are kind of evil. What you should be telling us is why it is not plausible for there to be people shooting from the roof, and why it's not plausible for it to be you. And painting your party as this completely peaceful thing is wrong too, because MDC is not this perfect little Christian party where everybody is praying and turning the other cheek. It's not. It simply isn't. These political parties, they may want it and they may have it in their mission statement and say we want to be peaceful and blah blah blah, but they've got history too. We've heard things that MDC supporters have done. They do crazy things sometimes, and that doesn't mean they're evil. It's just I don't want you to try and portray your party as this peaceful, perfect little pearl. It's not. That's not true. I think when you meet people halfway, which is a very good tactic for debate, by the way. We used this so much when I was in high school. And it's hard for people to argue with you when you meet them halfway. It is. I don't know. How could they have met them halfway if they said, I don't know. Probably there was somebody shooting from there. Can we try and identify who that is? I don't know. If you meet people's narrative and you agree with them to some extent, it's hard for them to argue with you, because all their points were you're lying. But the moment you meet them halfway, now they have to debate themselves too if they're going to go against what you're saying. And it completely kills their argument. I don't know if you get that. But I thought it wasn't a good thing for them to paint the history of ZANU, because I feel like if you're going to say ZANU is so evil and terrible and violent and they've done so much to us, that would, in my mind, justify why you would create your own militia, why you would go to the extreme to frame these people, to get back at these people, even to protect yourselves. It just, the more terrible you paint ZANU out to be, the more justifiable it is for you to almost animal farm and turn into the people you don't like out of bitterness towards them, out of trying to protect yourself, out of trying to go to whatever mean lengths possible to, to get justice, to get back at them, whatever. But I think that is a valid thing, and I don't think they should have gone so deeply into the history. Even when he pointed out that Maduku guy, I felt so bad for him. I was like, oh, shame. He looked being violated like that is not something that is very easy for you to comfortably, just put out there. I don't know if it was already out there, but he kind of looked very, victimized by the mention of that. It's a heavy thing, and I don't know if it's anybody's right to talk about your personal history. I get the connection of it all, to say, you're here, but you went through what these people are capable of. But the point that he is there as well also kind of makes you feel like they're kind of changing, because the people that they oppress, they're giving positions of power now. I don't know. Politics, man, politics. It's just interesting. And then, they shut off the footage, whatever, the coverage. And then they started playing Chamisa, who started with the theatrics and everything. Do I like Chamisa? No, that is not a secret that I would ever like to. I wouldn't like to be like, oh my god, I like Chamisa, then like stop recording, be like, oh my god, I don't like him. I don't like him, but I don't know. I'm trying to find something positive to say. Do I like Ed? No, I remember even like when he was put as president, I wasn't happy about it because I was like, I would have preferred for them to do like a joint thing where they could hold each other accountable until like credible elections, because like you can't just do this coup and then come and start ruling. Why did you do the coup? Why did everything unfold the way it did? Because you were fired, and like when you're personally affected, that's when you start saying, oh, let me do something about the situation because now it affects me. I don't know. I heard that they were planning the coup for a while. That looked so strategically done. Like that wasn't just let's wake up today and do this thing. That was well thought out. So yeah. Do I like Ed? I don't, but I feel like he's an individual who might be, as Ed saying, might be, as Strive said, he might be sincere. He might be trying to right his wrongs. I think people get to a certain age. Mugabe never got to that age. Even though he's gotten to such a crazy age. I think he got to a space in time where he was just like, I want to fix things. I want to leave a better legacy, because I think he saw the kind of legacy that his party, the kind of legacy that he's being associated with, the kind of legacy that they would have in the country, how the country would be. And I think that accountability, that stuff is hard for you to go to bed with in your head. And I think he's trying to redeem himself, and his party is trying to rebrand. He's trying to change things. I think maybe in his head he's trying to do better by the people, and whether he actually does it or not is, I don't know. We'll have to see throughout his term. But all I know is that when Mugabe was still around, things were very different from the way they are right now. Right now, we're really complaining about... I also don't know everything that is happening in every single, part of Zimbabwe. But right now, we're complaining about 8 people who were killed in a public protest. 2008, we were really complaining about people being murdered and burnt alive and children being abused. And I feel like they're trying maybe to reform. Do I think people can fully change? Only if they have like some soul, God having, thing in the light that blinds you and you finally see God in your blindness, whatever situation. But I don't really believe people can change, but I believe that those who do, they commit to it and they can never sway from it. So let's just, for the sake of all of us, I just wish that, they have changed. That finance minister, oh my God, he riled me up so much, because he goes, hey, if you can find US dollars to buy whatever you're buying outside the country, why can't you just find why can't you just find US dollars to pay for the duty as well? Just like, this is a person who's so out of touch. Are you kidding me? It's like saying, oh, you can find the $1,000 to buy whatever it is overseas. You should be able to find $1,000 for the shipping as well. When you check online, you want to buy things and they tell you $1,000 shipping, and then they go, no, you're able to find the $1,000 for the product. It should be just as simple to find the $1,000 for shipping. It's like, no, okay, to what? Whatever his name. You don't know how to think clearly. Oh my God, am I gonna get abducted? I've heard that some people were abducted though. I don't know. I just feel like you cannot be that out of touch. I think if I was a politician, I would want to seriously have all the people who are like my advisors as the finance minister, especially in a country like Zimbabwe. You're not supposed to be speaking to the people around you who are driving expensive cars and eating at restaurants, 5-star hotels. Or do we have 5-star hotels in Zim? I don't know. You should actually... Can this truck just hush it? I'm recording a podcast. Really, it's so rude. So, what you should do as finance minister, what you should do as president, what you should do as anybody who is leading the people is be in touch with the people. So what do? You go, you drive in town, you stop by one of the businesses, you get in, you talk to them. Hey, how's the financial situation going on? You speak to these people who are doing money lending or whatever, money trading. You ask them, okay, tell me about your business. I don't think you're fixing anything by arresting these people. Okay, maybe, I don't know. But I feel like these people have been led to these kind of industries because of the situation in the country, which you people have created. So what you need to do is create a solution for them. So instead of saying, oh, we're going to arrest people, oh, this is not like you have to pay more taxes. It's like, where do they think we get the money from anyway? It just falls on us, huh? Zimbabweans are just crying for no reason. It's just falling from the sky and everybody's like, no, it's fine. Duty is not in US dollars. That means I have to pay 300% more. Sure, it's cool. I'm fine with it. No, nobody's fine with it. And this whole stupid, oh no, if you can get the money in Forex for buying the product, you should be able to get the money. No, it becomes more expensive. And I don't know why he thinks that's a valid point to have, to even allow to form in his head as a thought and vocalize. Fine, you want to make more money as government. Say that. Don't start, sounding blonde, going like, oh, if you can get the... I don't know why I'm stressing. I have an organization. It's called Alto. This is the one where we're doing all these projects trying to create good spaces. And so if we need anything with the organization, at least we don't have to pay duty, which is awesome because it allows you to give back to the community and not be affected by, stuff. So, Chamisa then went on with all his theatrics and butt licking. Is that what they call it? Yeah, it's like, yeah, that was, oh, Lord, that was so much. It's like that kid who's just trying to be the teacher's pet so bad. It's like, oh my God. I think if it's less than 10 seconds long, it's genuine. Anything more than that, I don't think it's genuine. I think that was just him trying to get into the good graces of the people in the, the committee or whatever. I didn't find that genuine at all. Did I like it? No, it was boring. I walked out and came back when he started talking about everything else. What did he say? He said a lot of things, I think. I've forgotten. He said the whole Ed is not Father Christmas, so he shouldn't be acting as if us demonstrating peacefully and not being affected by him is a gift from him. It's a gift from the Constitution. I agree. But I think still his point was the people before me were so brutal that they wouldn't let you do that, even if that was your constitutional right. But I'm kind enough to follow the Constitution. So I get Chamisa's point. I also get Ed's point. He then said that... He said something about the... where they're like, oh, you say that Zimbabwe is going to be on fire if you didn't win the election. I think she was saying it came from a video or something. I don't know. I'm not around here watching all the Chamisa videos or watching any of them actually. But he said, oh, I'm not stupid enough to do that. And it's just... You're stupid enough to call people stupid for protesting for you and getting murdered in your name. So anyway, he goes on to say, no, I didn't say I was going to set the whole country on fire. What I did say is that if Ed, so many players in this game, if Ed won even 20% of the votes, I would give him my sister. And then along the line, he goes, I respect the dignity of women, something like that. You cannot reconcile those two statements. You cannot say, I respect women and their dignity, and think that there is dignity in thinking that a woman can be used as a wager. And so many guys don't understand this. Guys do not understand this. Guys are like, yo, he was joking. Why does everybody take this so seriously? And I'm just like, gosh. Oh, gosh. There is no space and time where a human being can be equated. I don't know if I said equator or equated. I'm starting to slur. I have to end talking. Like, I've been talking for close to an hour now. This is making me delirious, honestly. Kind of crazy. But there is no way you can have a situation where you equate the value of women into an object type of situation where you would say, hey, okay, I'm gonna bet if you do this, whatever, I'll give you my nail polish, my laptop, my phone, my sister. This is connected to a long history of slavery where humans were used as objects. That's a very dark, disgusting part of our history, which sadly enough is still not part of our history because it happens like right now. Right now, people are being sold as slaves. It's disgusting and it's not a joke. You don't joke about genocide. You don't joke about rape. You don't joke about women being viewed as objects, because women have been viewed as objects. Women are still clearly being viewed as objects. Clearly, I 100% believe that if you don't see a problem with that statement of women being wagered and being used as a bet the way you would some chips or other objects, then you are kind of sexist. Not kind of, you're sexist, because it's like explaining to a racist old white man why it's wrong to joke about, why it's wrong to say the N-word, or why it's wrong to do blackface, or why it's wrong to be racist. They will never understand, even to make racist jokes or whatever. Like, they will think of it as, no, I'm not being racist, but it is racist at the end of the day, and your inability to process that in your mind does not erase that. You just aren't aware of what you are, and you're part of the problem, and anybody who tries to have a conversation on that will be blocked, because I truly, truly value my serenity. I don't think I'm saying these words properly. I value my peace of mind. I value not having to sink to a space where I have to drag you down and teach you, okay? I value my peace. My peace. So there's no way you can tell me that you think women even have any kind of dignity when you think that you losing a bet would mean I am given to this human. I'm not an object to be given in the first place. I'm a person. I have choice. You can bet on any inanimate object. You cannot bet on another human being. That was distasteful. That was not funny. Anybody who finds it funny is sexist. Get over it. If you don't like the word, don't do it. If you want to continue doing it, like, accept the label, because that's what you are. Because so many people will have an issue with being labeled sexist. They don't have an issue with being sexist. So you want to be, it's almost like the people want to be racist but not called racist. It's like, no. Accept your label if you're going to continue with your actions. So yeah, I'm done with that. Gosh, what points did he make? He said that they don't have any guns in the entire ZANU sphere? No, in the entire MTC party? I don't believe that. After everything you've been through, you'd be crazy not to have some sort of protection. I don't believe that. And then that lady came and spoke, and she was like, they're calling her names, and they're thinking her car, and they wanted to kill her. I remember hearing about that on the day, so I don't think she was lying about that. I remember hearing that kind of story. And they say we didn't send anybody out to the, anything, whatever, with any kind of rhetoric. And basically, I remember before people were even shot, people in Blawe MTC supporters were saying, oh man, I wish I was in Harare. They say that they're going to defend their vote. People were saying the very things that were so like violent and like these mad things. A lot of the things that the opposition, a lot of the things that ZANU people or whatever were saying were more backed up in my head, because I saw these things unfold even in my city, where even people are going like at MDC headquarters, people are being given alcohol and stuff like that. And that's the same stuff that people are saying now. People are being violent, people are like this. Everything that was kind of like repeated by the people against MTC, or just saying their point of whatever, I kind of saw unfold on my side too, like in Blawayo, where I see people saying this and that. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. I was also thinking, I don't know why the ruling party and the army general and stuff, if there's a video and the easiest story to sell is ZANU, so okay, is that the soldiers killed people. I think they would rather put the soldier under the bus, or soldiers, individual soldiers, they would rather put those under the bus than take the responsibility of sounding crazy and saying there was somebody shooting from a building. I think it's a controlled kind of chaos that only the opposition would have anything to benefit from. If immediately after elections people are shot at and people die, and you create a situation where there can be international intervention that would be on your side and not the ruling party, it would have been 100% easier for them to stand there and say, you saw the video, that soldier shot those people, arrest him, put him in jail, case closed. But for them to go so far with the story where they could have simply pinned this on select individuals makes me think, man, they must be crazy enough to be telling the truth, you know? And I don't know, was there somebody shooting from the top? They also say that they found what's it called? What's that thing called? That thing that comes from a gun, like when you shoot it, that stuff that falls. What's it called? I know what it's called. Is it the casing or something? I don't know. They found it in a building and they're thinking maybe that soldier was shot it up there. One of the best points I heard was that it wouldn't have gone that far. Like, no, it would not make sense. It goes just a little distance. And also, I remember listening to this whole thing and thinking, how is it that they're saying that people were throwing stones? Because I was like, how often do you see stones in town? It's like, you don't really see that, especially like Sheraton area, right? Where would these stones be coming from? And I heard that they would throw tear gas at them and they would put that tear gas in like water or something. Like they were seriously prepared for something crazy. I don't know. It's just, maybe I'm looking for the most interesting story, and the most interesting story would be somebody shooting from a building. I think it's very plausible, but I think if they were to also examine the bullets on the people, they'd be able to see what direction, they came in, and they'd be able to pinpoint it better. All the stuff that happens on those series on TV, like I think they could have applied that. Why can't they take that soldier's gun and then shoot it and then see the marks on the thingy and see if it's the one? Because they usually do that in the movies too, and for ballistics and stuff. Zim politics is interesting. Oh, another interesting part was when they were pointing out that woman in the commission and going, I don't even know why you're sitting here. You're part of them. Like, why would this even make sense? That was evil. And then Chamisa being the golden boy to say, you know what, I'm just gonna let that slide. I'm gonna respect you. I was just like, I see right through all of that. So politics is interesting. I think in Zim we kind of take it too seriously because it becomes too serious. But if you really watch it as an entertainment form, not the super bad things, but yeah, it's interesting. I'm gonna get to the ads now. Hey, so back to the ads. Different voice and stuff. Yeah, sure, why not? We're gonna be checking out some of the products that are there at Victory Communications. First up is the Samsung Galaxy A5. What's so cool about this phone? I generally don't like Samsung, but this really sounds good for the amount that they're charging. It sounds like a good deal. It's brand new and it comes with 16 megapixels front and rear cameras, which is amazing. It's water and dust resistant. It has how do you say this? It has 1.9 aperture for exceptionally clear images, even in low light situations, conditions, whatever. It has wide selfie function, which is really cool because sometimes you can't get everybody in the image because African families like 1 billion people. You can get everybody in the photo. Awesome. It It has fingerprint recognition. What? You might as well have an iPhone. It has large battery capacity. Great. It's got fast charging, which is honestly life-saving. You know, the worst thing is to wait for your phone to fill up. It's just like, please. It's got 5.2 inches main display and more, and it's available where? At Shop 52 Flower Center, which is which one? Victory Communications. What else do we have? We're just flipping through the Facebook page. They've got these wireless headsets, right? It's almost like wireless earphones. They're not really like headphones, they're like earphones, and they've got these nice bright colors, like these cool designs. You need to get to get on the Facebook page right now and look for the post. It was posted on Monday. It's you can see the picture for yourself. The one that's posted is green. What is so cool about these headphones, this headset it's great for when you're on the go. It's great for exercising. It's great for doing sports or outdoors. You know, people who like to do all this, you know, biking, jogging, whatever. It's great for you. And it features up to 15 meters transmission range. What? That is insane. That is amazing. That's for the Bluetooth, right? It's got WMA or MP3 compatibility, so you can listen to a bunch of things even in different formats. It's got a rechargeable battery that's, you know, for up to 4 hours, and you can receive calls and so much more. That's awesome. Okay, we finally got into the product I really like. They've got this flash drive, Samsung flash drive, and it's, well, the thingy reads like this. It's got a unique and sophisticated metallic design. When I saw the flash drive, I literally just pointed. I was like, I need to see that. It looks so expensive looking, and it has expensive functions. It's a 3.0. It's a USB 3.0. That means it's super fast. It can send stuff for up to 130 megabytes per second. What? Are you kidding me? You know, the coolest thing is when somebody's like sending me stuff on my flash drive, which is also USB 3.0. It literally will, like, you could put your flash drive like 2-3 minutes after mine, and you could like be sending something less than what I'm sending, but mine will finish first, even if it's like gigs, because it's a USB 3.0. It also has backwards compatibility with USB 2.0, so easy. It's waterproof, it's magnet proof, it's temperature proof, it's x-ray proof, and it has a keyhole so that you don't lose it. It's just, it is so cute. It's so cute. Trust me, it's cute. It's cute. What else do they have here? Okay, so I'm gonna really try to talk about something very technical in a very fun way. I think I can coach myself to do that, you know. As a 300 mega, what? A what? Let me Google whatever it is. Oh my god. Megabits per second. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, didn't know that. I'm very smart. Trust me. I wrote a book, 80,000 words. I'm smart. Okay, trust that. Okay, let's read this like the very intellectual people who've just learned what Mbps stands for when it comes to like Wi-Fi routers and stuff. As a 300 megabits per second multi-function wireless N router, this is like for your Wi-Fi and stuff. The TL, whatever, it's a TP-Link thing, right? Modem router. Why am I saying modem? It's a TP-Link router, and it provides 300 megapixels. It's the middle of the night, that's why I'm like whispering, because I have to plug in this ad. I just finished editing the other clip, which will probably be up on Saturday. I'm going to stick to it, I promise. It provides 300 megabits per second, high transmission rates that guarantee interruption-free HD media streaming. I hate interruptions. I hate it. You know, like when you're watching something and then it's gotta start reloading. That has not happened to me in a while. You know, this is how you know that you've made it in life, when you can constantly be on Wi-Fi that has no interruptions. Amazing. It's got interruption-free HD media streaming, online gaming, Skype calls, or do people still Skype? Maybe like FaceTime or something? Or speedy file transfer from one device to another, like this, so quick. Using its FTP server function, the router provides various applications such as downloading personal data from home and backing up files to a home HDD. It also features wireless printer sharing throughout the network, making your home or office printing making your home or office printing work so much more free and flexible. Printing from your phone is really cool because you're just clicking and you click on like the Wi-Fi for like the printer, and then you just click there and then it just prints, and it's just like, oh my god. Kids from like the year 3000 will be laughing at me like, oh, she thought that was cute. Furthermore, Guest Network offers easy wireless network isolation to ensure the safety of your data, and VPN tunnels provide site-to-site security connections. That's just amazing. It's a lot of jargon and it's amazing. Also, if you like the page, you could win a free pouch. These pouches are worth over 10 over 10 bond. So, like the page, Victory Communications. Look for the one in Blawayo. Just write Victory Communications Blawayo. You'll find the page. It's a cool V with yeah. Support local businesses, What else do they have here? They've got this car charger, which is really cute. It comes in all these really cute colors, and it just makes me wish I had a car because it's so cute. It comes in gold. It comes in rose gold. Are you kidding me? It comes in red, I think. I'm gonna have to check out all the different colors because they're so awesome. They're beautiful, so beautiful. These car chargers, anybody getting into your car is gonna see that you've got some serious cash to spend, even though, even if you don't have serious cash to spend, because it's that awesome. It's got this car charger has like 2 USB thingies, so you can be charging 2 devices at the same time. It's got intelligent cooling system. What? It protects against, overheating, overcurrent, and overcharging. You're not overcharging your phone, huh? It has a stainless steel tip design and is compatible with what? iPhone? iPad drains battery like crazy when you're charging. Even my power bank is like so powerful, but when my sister connects her iPad, it just yeah, I do not let her use my power bank anymore. I should probably go and break that ish, because it charges my phone, which is an iPhone, and it charges my phone twice. But with her, literally like one bar will finish like 10 minutes, and it's just no. iPad takes up a lot, but this thing can handle it. You can charge an iPhone, an iPad, an iPod, a Samsung, an HTC. If you have an HTC, oh my god, you have something that works for you. It's got MP3. It can charge MP3 players. They also have MP3 players. There's tiny cute little things which are going for like $3. Very small, very cute. When I was a kid, things like that were not there for that price. I feel betrayed because we used to have to cry for things over $100, and they can cry over an MP3 player that is so small and it's going for $3. It's not fair, honestly. You can also charge digital cameras and devices with 5-volt input. You just look at the input thingy, and then if it works, cool. I know I'm not missing anything. I did it. I did all the ads for this week. There are more ads. I just spread it across the other shows as well, hustling and stuff. So 10-minute ads, I think I have been I'm trying not to blow my own horn, but this has been fun. I've enjoyed reading these ads. Did you enjoy reading the ads with me? Did you not? Don't thumbs down. Somebody thumbs down my video, and I was just like, what is there to thumbs down? I'm just sharing my Zimbabwean experience. And I thought I would be so upset if somebody thumbs down. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, I'm going to be posting these every single week. Saturdays, I'm going to be posting whatever's been happening the whole week. I think maybe Wednesday, I'm going to be posting just, I'm going to find something cool. I also want to do some things for my book so I can promote, let you guys. I just broke my... Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna be posting stuff, exclusives from my book and stuff. I'm considering actually letting my book be available for free, like on YouTube for like the audio version or something. I really didn't really do it for money. I just I honestly want the story to help people and for people to, read it and have you think a certain way and for you to really be changed or impacted by the story. So I'm very willing to make it available on something like YouTube so you could actually like listen to it offline or something. And if you can't afford, because I also used to be the kid who would not buy the book, maybe get it at the library or download a PDF, and I became a writer because these books added to my my whatever. Clearly it's the middle of the night. I will go back to editing, and I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you did not hate me because of this show. I tried to be as balanced as I possibly could. Let's be very, very cognizant of the fact that I don't support any party. I haven't seen anybody I'm really passionate about. And what I really wanted was to be in a space where elections could come and I could vote for an individual that I'm just like, that I have so much belief in. I need to say believe. I have so much belief and faith in, where I can look at and say, that person will fix the country. I believe in that person. I have not seen a person like that yet. And let's just pray for Zim. If you're not from Zim and just listened to this and you thought this was wild, yeah, it's wild. If you started feeling sorry for Zim, just really consider that a lot of the countries in the world, if not all of them, are either doing this to their people or other people. And politics is a dirty game, and we really need to evolve into a space where select individuals are not toying with our lives or acting like gods over us. And we need to hold each other accountable, and we need to be smart. And I need to stop talking because I really don't have to anymore. So yeah, cheers.